All right, I'm here. We made it. It's really loud. Hello, check. Gus, are you pregnant? What? Is this real? Good morning. Good morning. Sorry I'm late. I don't like being late. Need a little extra sleep. So I woke up a little late. All right. What's up, chat? How's everyone doing? What's up, Jay? What's up, Slater? What's up, Gus? What's up, Jody? How's training this morning? Oh, man. All right. What is on the docket today? I had something. Oh, man. We'll talk about this, Sean. Cool. All right. So, how was everyone this morning? Last night was a big old fucking letdown from my fantasy football team. Whole year, and they shit the bed. It's like my worst week of the year. Oh, well. Just for you, Jay. So, as the title says, I am currently 59 hours fasted, and I will finish my 60-hour fast at the end of this show, and I will refeed. No, Bauer shit the bed. I needed a touchdown. I put a prop bet on Bauer's anytime TD, and the fucking Raiders didn't even get to the other side of the field till the very end, and they didn't throw him the ball. Yeah, he put a big shithole. But nice. Yeah, I just didn't have a good week. Granted, I had 5 of my players were on the same team, so that's just how it was. And they didn't have a bad day. They just didn't have the day they needed. Oh, man. So, yeah, I'm finishing a 60-hour fast. I've been fasting since last feed was Saturday night. And the weirdest thing, I've never fasted this long. I did like a intermittent for like 2 years where I would go from I would go from like, I don't know, dinner to 3. Still my there it goes. All right, am I back? Can you hear me now? And we're back. Okay, good. Whew. No, that was my Roadcaster. It just stopped playing music or going. All right. So thanks, Kenneth. So Saturday, and the weirdest thing is the only thing I've struggled with at all, I'm still not hungry, like at all. I'm not even any more hungry than I would be if I woke up normal. But the hardest part was, man, I had this ripping headache almost the entire time. And so it was not my favorite thing to feel. Like, I mean, I was bad on Sunday. I had to take Tylenol. Like, my jaw hurt, my head hurt, and I had to just be hypoglycemic. But I feel fine now. I feel literally 100%. It's the strangest thing. Like, I could go easily another 24 hours. The only thing I've done is consume coffee and gum, and not too much coffee because I didn't want to get too jittery. And I did, Sean, I did exercise yesterday. I did the class workout. It was like a variant of Holly Man with power cleans, toes to bar, wall balls. Um, and I just did it as like a EMOM, but like every 45 instead of pushing the intensity. I felt fine. I thought I would get um mm, I thought I would get like super hungry afterwards, but I didn't. And then last night I had made these plans last week with some of the guys in my fantasy football group to go to the bar and watch the game. And so they ate and I just drank water. It was so sad. Um, I almost ordered, so it was Ale House. If you guys don't know what an Ale House is, it's just like a bar that's been around a long time. Um, and so they have this thing, it's called like a zinger melt, which is basically just like this huge pile of fries with like zingers, which is like their chicken, like buffalo chicken tenders on top. And I almost ordered it to bring it home for today. But one of the main reasons I did the fast was just because I've been eating like shit lately, and I just didn't feel great. And so I was like, it kind of defeats the purpose if I bring home a fucking zinger melt um, and consume that as my refeed. So I withstained and I didn't do it. And now we're here. So I'll eat after the call. And yeah, it's been good. Let's see. How's my wife's birthday? It was really good. That was 2 weeks ago, but thank you for asking, or a week and a half. It was good. Family came over, and then I surprised her with her friends coming over on Saturday, and I got them like a nice charcuterie board, and they just hung out, and I made myself scarce. Um, Jonathan, you sent me a clean a while back, and I never responded. That literally just hit my head. Um, let's see. I don't even know how to find that number. It was a while ago. Let's see. That would have probably been, was it on the 6th? Oh shit, Kenneth's on a you can always send me videos, guys. We'll just drop the banner. Oh, real quick before 8:05. More. Hmm. Yeah, it was a while ago. I don't know. It's probably in there somewhere. Um, Sean, you can always send me videos, but let's do the thing first. I just want to take a minute to thank our sponsors, Third Z, which I haven't been able to take in the last couple of days. And my HRV has gone down significantly, ironically, which is kind of strange. I didn't think it would do that. Third Z is the number one recovery and rest collagen on the market. Uh, Melatonin free, the number one sleep supplement that there is, right? Science backed magnesium, L-theanine, GABA, and collagen, right? Scientifically proven, appropriately dosed, not overdosed, nothing to just completely knock you out. Everything is portioned appropriately. Um, and it will support your sleep. It'll help you stay asleep longer, more effectively, and get to sleep faster, waking up feeling less groggy and more fresh. So scan that QR code for 15% off or use WODPod 15 on your next order. All right. Um, HRV is heart rate variability, Aaron. Heart rate variability is basically the average milliseconds between each beats within a time frame. Okay, so we have like how many beats we have in a minute. So it could be 40. So mine's, when I'm sleeping, anywhere from 36 to 39 most of the time. And so the variability is the time, not the time within the beats, but the variability within the beats, right? And so that variability, you have a balance number. So basically, it can be low, balanced, or high. If it's low, you're very parasympathetic. usually meaning that you are in a state of recovery. If it's very high, or I'm sorry, if it's very low, you're sympathetic, meaning that the time difference between beats, or the variance between beats, is very, very similar. It means you're in a state of recovery. If it's very, very high, usually it's a sign of high fitness, but there's a balance point. So there really isn't like a perfect number. Everyone's is a little bit different, but usually the higher it is, the more variance you have within. And so then it takes your 7-day average, and so within that 7-day average, you create a window that shows recovery, right? So one of the problems with a lot of the recovery tools out there is like Whoop. Whoop just says the higher the better across the board, right? Which is why a lot of people will have their first day of competition and they'll be like 99% recovered after that. It just doesn't quite work like that, and we don't really have to get into it on this call unless someone really wants to dig into HRV science. Um, but anyways, it's a good way to measure fitness, aerobic capacity, and recovery over multiple days. So um, Garmin does it, Whoop, or a Ring. I assume Apple Watch probably does it. So all right, what do we want to talk about today? I have a couple things. Um, we might get lucky and Travis might pop on. Let's see. Which one? Probably. Oh, that was the Row GHD. Tim asked, "Who do I think?" It's me. There it is. This is a good question. Who do I think for the Row GHD? So 38's pretty low. Um, uh, but I'm just always hesitant on anything that's not um like a chest strap through HRV Elite. I don't think Apple Watch does a good job of measuring it personally, but maybe it does. But I'm just not a huge fan of it. Like any wristwear. Now if we're talking about anything stationary, moving, measuring heart rate is the one thing that it will do. Um, uh, Well, so the thing with HRV, right? So yours says it's 38. It uses a ton of algorithms. It does, and most of it does. So this is why I don't like HRV isn't an algorithm. That's the thing, right? And that's what Whoop does. Whoop creates an algorithm to create their green, yellow, red, and that's not how the HRV should, right? So HRV is very simple. Okay. Um, HRV is basically your average HRV from all the nights. And all it is taking the distance between each beat, measuring that time over a certain time span. Okay. And it does that through multiple times throughout the night. Right. And so that's all HRV is. So it doesn't even need to be an algorithm. Right. Um, and so, but a lot of these watches, they do because they want to gamify it. Right. They want to gamify you like closing the rings. I think that's what Apple does. Right. They do like, they close the rings, um, and so when you gamify it, then people are more likely to stay on the watch and look at the screen and put more apps on it and use it more. They do that, and that's how they sell ads and all that kind of shit, right? And get more data, et cetera, et cetera. So, um, yeah. Um, all right. Let's see. Mm, was that today's? Oh, the GHD one. So Tim asked, "Who do you think for that?" That was, I think that was a team workout. It was actually a lot different initially, and then we adjusted it. Yeah, VO2 is dumb. Unless you're the problem with VO2 testing is it only makes sense, so use it to for VO2. It doesn't like for your marathon that you can't assess VO2 from that. VO2 has to be done at max efforts, right? Like I was getting fat when I was running a lot last year. I was getting faster, my heart rate was staying lower, my VO2 didn't go anywhere. So I was running like sub 15 2 miles or like sub 24 5Ks and but my heart rate was getting lower and lower and lower on average and it didn't say but it would say my VO2 was going down, right? So you have to be sprinting to assess VO2 appropriately anyways, right? Because it's just based on by speed and then heart rate. Like that those components play a role. Jody asked if I asked Santa for a good heart rate watch, what would it be? I have a Venu 3. It's pretty expensive, but it has all the activities in there. It does the HRV. Garmin has really upped their game in like heart rate assessing, etc. It connects to my Polar really easy, um, and I don't have to have it connected to the phone. Um, uh, so so I got that. The Venu 2 works just as well. It's a little bit cheaper, but the Venu 3 has a really good battery life. Like I think I charge it like once a week. Um, I can put music on it, all of that stuff too, right? So I like the Venu 3. It's simple. It's not super bulky either. So this is it, right? You can change the face of whatever it looks like, right? So it's just a full digital. Um, right? You can do all your steps and all the things, and it has some algorithms in there and some things for like recovery and stuff that kind of like you can set your intensity minutes for the week and all of those things. So I would definitely go with a Garmin. So Venu 3 Garmin. So I put it in the chat. Um, let's see. Polar works too. Um, Polar watches are like just pure running watches, right? They're kind of big. They usually do all those like topography stuff and whatnot. All right. All right. So throw a banner up. If you guys want to drop in some videos, let me know. Do some video review. There we go. I found Ortega's. Let's see. All right. We're just jumping around today. I was going to talk about the Metfix article. It's a little boring, but we'll still talk about it. All right. Here we go. This is Jonathan Ortega with a clean. I think he was trying to like name drop. He was training with Austin Hatfield. So pretty good start. Arms are bent. Let's watch it in full first. Good. So a triple, right? Obviously pretty light. I think that's 225 would be my guess. Arms are bent. We get a little maybe disconnected here, right? When we get to this point here. I wish I could zoom in. Can I zoom in on this? No. Oh, that's not escape. All right. So we get that bar, we lose a lot of connection with that bar, right? We're pretty balanced here. This is in a bad position. Bar path looks pretty good, but we overpull, right? We can see all that space. All right. So we definitely always want to remove that space, right? And so a lot of that has to do with releasing the bar maybe a little bit earlier. Um, yes, I know. Thank you, Gus. We'll get there. But his gets a little worse, right? And I would say that he goes around the knees a little bit, and so that early arm bend is allowing him to the bar to drift, and so I think if you thought of setting your shoulders a little bit more in that first pull, the bar would be closer to you the whole time, right? We can just see watch the bar. As soon as it leaves the ground, you're gonna see it drift a little bit forward right there, boom. See how it comes forward just a little bit there, right? And then it pulls back. We wanna keep that a little more tense. If we set the lats a little bit more than just um, set the arms, right? And like basically like stiffen those biceps, I think we'll have a better first pull. The bar path looks really good. Um, Obviously front rack is probably not like your most comfortable position, which is fine, but your elbows get through really nicely. But you can see the bar really crashes on you there, right? So you want to meet the bar. The goal would be to meet the bar right there. That's where the bar should be on your shoulders, right? But it doesn't touch your shoulders till right there and it crashes on you. Okay. Right. And you can see this is a multiple rep set. And so usually on these, what happens is you the arms will bend more and more each set, right? You can see the bar doesn't drift as much on this rep. Also, when he gets to the hip, he's flat-footed, which he wasn't in the first one because that bar didn't drift. So the bar path is getting better. This happens a lot in CrossFitters and multiple rep sets. We get better as the lift goes on. You didn't overpull as much, right? So that you should have met the bar right there, but you didn't pull the bar very high, right? And so it didn't crash on you as much either. And then the last one was your best rep, but the most arm bending, flat. And then we met the bar very nicely. It didn't crash at all. So overall, very good clean. I would say that first rep would be the best indicator of what your lifts look like usually. So working on meeting the bar at its highest point is going to help you not feel crash, especially because front rack isn't super smooth. Um, all right. All right. I got another video. I'm assuming this is Sean. All right. Here we go. Turn it down. Bad. Are we going to jerk? That's 245. All right. Cool. All right. Good lift. The guy is sexy for sure. Look at that stash. Okay. So we'll go up here. I think the setup's probably just a little bit quick. Um, I'd like to see you maybe set just a little bit, right? You can see how you're pulling the shoulders back right there, right? And there's a little bit of a yank. We want to get rid of that yank, right? We want to get the tension out of the bar initially. But overall, a very good lift. This is very nice, a very good position. I can't quite see. It looks like your legs might get a little too locked right here. You're very hinged over the bar at this point. I'd like to see a little more knee bend, right? But your toes don't come up, right? So which is really good. Maybe just a smidge of weight shift right there if you're looking at that left foot. But I'm being super nitpicky right here. But I usually don't like to see getting those legs that stiff right there, right? So I'd like to see you not push back so far, right? We get pretty far over the bar, but um, it's too far over the bar and your weight is too far back, right? And so if we stayed a little more balanced, I would like that would be a little bit better here. But with that being said, usually what that indicates is that's going to indicate you shooting the bar forward, but you don't do that at all, right? And this is a very good position. And this path is really nice. Do you let go? One thing that I tell everyone to do is I would love to see you let go of the hook grip. It's going to help get your elbows around a little bit better, right? Like right here. I mean, everything about this is really good. I like the feet. I think it's fine. The elbows get through nicely. If you let go of your hook grip, they're going to get through even better. and more comfortable. Okay. Now the jerk is where probably need a lot more work. I can't tell if you're holding the hook grip or not. Oh, you just let it go is what it looks like. Yeah. So definitely let that hook grip go here. There's no point to jerk in a hook grip. It's just going to make your press more challenging. The hook grip increases or decreases your ability to externally rotate the elbows and the shoulders. So release that hook grip to receive your clean, right? I think your dip looks pretty good, very balanced. Um, it does. Do I think the hook grip connect helps keep you connected to the bar? It does, but you don't have to catch like that. You should let go of the hook grip when you receive a clean, because it's going to help when you hold the hook grip. The elbows get slower, right? Because you don't have as much range of motion when you're holding that hook grip. Um, uh, I'm not saying let the bar. I mean the bar can still be in this hand position without the hook grip, and you're going to drive it a little bit better because your front rack is going to feel more comfortable. You're not going to feel as stiff. Okay. Yeah. You actually don't let go until right there. I can see the thumb over the bar, right? But you shouldn't be holding hook grip at all in the front rack. Um, all right. So dip looks nice. Maybe just like a little bit of a knee cave. Oh, you can't see. Maybe a little bit of a knee cave right here on the left, being nitpicky. The drive looks good. Nice, good extension, right? Front foot's probably a little bit short, right? That's why we're leaning forward right here. Back leg is probably a little bit stiff, but all of that's probably because the bar is maybe just a little bit forward. I would like to see you overreach that front foot a little bit more, right? And sit back into your back leg with this knee a little bit more bent. Okay. Um, uh, and pushing through the bar. I want to see you almost try to elevate your shoulders a little bit. That's going to help drive that bar um, up a little bit better. And I want to see you try to hyperextend your elbows. Um, and then we always recover front foot back, back foot front. Um, yeah. So the bar was just probably a little bit forward, or that front foot was a little shallow, right? The bar should be back maybe like 2 or 3 inches here. And that's why you're going to shift your weight forward to it, right? But remember, from this position here, driving through, looking to get that hyperextension of the elbow, right? And then from here, we want to be nice and balanced, the back knee bent, right? And when we recover, we should recover front foot back, back foot front, right? And you can see that you're coming here. Back foot comes front first, right? And that's how we're going to dump the bar forward. That tells me the bar was forward. All right, good lift. Cool. Um, on that note, team, whoops. If you guys are looking for a good training plan through the holidays and into the new year for the open and the competitive season, or not the competitive season, it doesn't really matter. We have that program for you, 7-day free trial on that QR code on the right. That one. All right. Give it a scan, join our team, pop in, just look at it. We'd love for you to be in the group, see the value that we give. Um, and Yeah, it's a good program. It's free, 7 days, no questions asked. And we would love for you to come in and join the group. We get free coaching. We give free coaching in the group every day, video review just like this to anyone that posts. Everyone gets access to us at all times. You can DM me directly any day of the week at all times to ask questions. We have programs for intermediate athletes learning gymnastic skills. We have um, single skill programs that are fixed length that are there for you. We have accessory programs to add on to your current training, etc. So give it a scan, join the team, and I promise you won't be disappointed. All right. What's up, Vicky? You're late. Unacceptable. Um, Sean, the one thing that I like, you're kind of tall, but looking at your rig here, I really like jerk recoveries. I don't know if this is high enough, but jerk recoveries is one of my favorite drills for owning the overhead. Um, so So let me share my screen. The problem, so jerk blocks are good. The only problem, with what I'm referring to, is they're just not high enough. Like you need to be in a power rack. Um, so you need to be in a power rack. Right. So this is a jerk recovery. So this
The
is
jerk
just
recovery
basically
strengthens the jerk overhead and split position.
stepping into the jerk. Right. So we just step into the jerk and find our position in that perfect split pattern. Do this for a little while. And I mean, the goal is to overload this by like, whoops. What did I do? There we go. The goal is to overload this by 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds over your jerk. I would do this. My max jerk was like 282, but I would do this up to like 315. And then get comfortable here. Focus on that recovery, right? Watch as he pushes through, recovers, and then lowers, right? And then kind of gets back into position. And then the jerk balance. Maybe that's not it. Nope, not it. No. Give me a second. Not jerk balance, jerk recovery. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and then progressing it into more of like an actual whoops. So like I don't know why that video was pulling up. This is how I usually try to teach it. So I like to do it as like that, just stepping into it. And then here, like actually pushing into the split. All right. And so we push in, we push to that perfect position, get tension, right? And then recover. Right. So a good way to kind of really feel that lockout a little bit better overhead. Um, so yep. It's one of my faves for athletes that really struggle with like not finding a good overhead position, but the setup is kind of challenging, right? You need spotter arms pretty high, right? Above your head. Um, let's see. What do we got? What else? Close. Man, people coming in left and right. All right. Give me some questions. After I was reading the MetFix piece, I was like, nah, I don't know if I want to do this. Go through anything on barbell spin, the Follow documentary. Hiller does such a good. I like his style of documentary stuff. It's very Road to the Games esque. Yeah. So backtracking, Sean says, I definitely need that. It's mostly a balance confidence issue over strength, right? And so the jerk recovery is a great way to get really heavy fucking load overhead to feel comfortable with it, with whatever load you're trying to get to. It it took my jerk immediately from like a very stiff-legged jerk at I would get the weight, but it would be very pressy. I would look very similar to you, but even worse, like more ribs flared, etc. To jerking, uh, you know, like a true 1RM, like with a short step, tight feet, bent back knee, very balanced, very stiff, very strong, getting under the bar and not just like push pressing with a little bit of a foot movement, right? And so it really changed my jerk for the better after like 7 years of doing this. So, yep. Um, let's see. Anything else good on barbell spin? Here we go. What do we think about this? Take time to write this. This is Emma Tall not competing. I still don't know if I've got it right or chosen the words. Maybe there are no words to express the last couple of days. Everything feels wrong. 40 minutes before stepping onto the floor for event 2. Oh, this is about the games. Isn't this a while ago? Has to be a while ago. Yeah, I think this was what she posted. Yeah, a while ago, this one. I remember reading this. But she's not competing. All right. Well, we'll find someone that will. That's her, right? I'll watch the Folo documentary maybe today. Who watched the CrossFit Games documentary? Anyone? I heard it was pretty good, but it's just a recap of events. It's always nice to wake up to some calls booked for one-on-one coaching. In case you guys didn't know, that's what we do primarily. I have 30 athletes. I've been doing this for 7 years. We have a team of 5 or 6 coaches. How many coaches do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And I woke up and I have a couple sales calls. I take all the sales calls with all the athletes, place the athletes with the coaches, and help them create a plan moving forward. But if you're looking for a one-on-one coach or looking to really make 2025 a great training and fitness year, hit me up, CJ at WODprep.com or WODprep.com/coaching. Let's see. I just won that. I wonder if that's the actual URL. Oh, that's just the launch. Don't go there. That's the launch page. That's a checkout page. You're more than welcome to go there if you just want to join and not talk to me. But here we go. Ever says Erica is a sweetheart. As a competitive athlete, she needs to get out of her comfort zone if she wants to get to the next level. I mean, yeah, I haven't watched the video yet, but I can't imagine that it's that far of a jump, right? I mean, she went toe to toe with everybody, and I mean, she was one mistake away. I don't know. I want to watch the video, so I'll give a little bit more input on my thoughts on her. But it seems like she is. Uh, it seems like she has the fitness, right? And maybe it's just the mental, or maybe it's just like a decision making thing um, that she needs to work on. You know, fake news is out. I haven't watched it yet. I won't watch it on here, so we don't cannibalize this thing. Go watch Coffee Pods and Wads. Instagram, fake news was just released. It's always a good one. I enjoy it a lot. It makes me chuckle. Hmm. All right. Let's see. What else? What is today's date? The 17th. Christmas is coming, which is awesome. We will actually take time. No, I won't. I was gonna say I was gonna take time off, but that's a whole fucking lie. I never take time off. Which is fine. It just never makes it easier, you know? Like taking time off just makes the stress leading up to the time or like coming back to it just way worse. Like every time. So I was just, I just don't do it. I just basically work a little less during that time period. Get up early, spend time with the fam. Um and yeah. So anywho, All right. What else? Anything good in the world of fitness? Thanks for talking about Piedmont meats. Did we talk about that on here? The That had to be a long time ago if we did, but it is better than Butcher Box, 100%. Piedmontese is the best like box meats there is. Um, yeah. Oh yeah. Did we pull up the cows? What the cows look like? Guys, these if you've never seen a Piedmontese cattle, it's the craziest shit ever. They're fucking yoked. These cows are on the juice. Look at these things. Now, if there isn't some growth hormones in these cows, I don't know what we're gonna do. We got to get some more HGH in these bad boys. No, it's just I don't know, however they're bred. This is what they look like, and they look like Mark Bell at his prime was a cow. That's what they look like. Um, he's a Mark Bell favorite. Yeah, but these cows don't run in their fucking flip flops. That guy's totally gone off the rails. Um, totally gone off the rails. But, um, anyways, yeah, these cows are crazy, nuts, nuts. But yes, they're like their box is way better. Ooh, maybe I can do. Think we can get a sponsorship from them. What do you guys think? That'd be sick. That would be a fucking sick sponsorship. Maybe I should just email them, see if we can get a sponsorship from them. Ben, you can always ask all the questions. That's what this podcast is for. Ben asks, "Can I ask a rehab question?" Vicky says they have good deals for Xmas right now. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see what they got. New York strips, 40 ounces for 63 bucks. So what is that per pound? $25 a pound. Let's see what they're. Dude, that'd be sick. Vicky, you should email them and be like, I heard about you through this podcast. I think you guys should sponsor them. That's what you should say to them. Ben, go ahead and ask your question. Let's see. Holiday gift catalog. All right, Ben. Ben has a post-op meniscus. All right, still having a fair bit of fluid in the surgical knee. Almost 8 months post-op, minimal pain during training, just swells a lot of popliteal fossa pressure. Yeah, so that's pretty uh it's pretty common, right? With it. Is it swelling less as you do more? Right. So um um So the question is, how much can you tolerate with the fluid? The fluid is, that kind of the inflammation will happen for a long time. Um, if there's no pain, then you can push. Um, if the fluid is pretty linear with how hard you're pushing, like it gets more and more and more, as long as it's reducing back down to baseline within 24 hours, it's not a huge deal. You can also get it drained, which can usually help if it's something that doesn't go away, right? Um, uh, and so um, it's just the body's, it's swelled for so long. It's just kind of a natural, inappropriate inflammatory response that the body sort of goes through um, post surgery and post a long term injury like you've had. So it's not super uncommon. My light hasn't been on. There we go. To have that, it's also, not ideal, but it's not the end of the world by any means, right? Um, so you can push the volume hard as long as the pain is okay. And then if it's something, 8 months, it is a long time, but swelling can happen up to a year, even further afterwards. If that swelling is like maybe just happening a little bit less as you start to increase the volume, or like the amount of swelling relative to the volume is starting to decrease, um, uh, then um, then maybe head back to the ortho and just get it aspirated would be my guess. Um, builds during consecutive days. Um, you can also just make sure you're adjusting this. Like, we're squatting a ton in the program. We're doing a lot of thrusters, full cleans, full snatches, etc. Um, uh, and just a lot of squat volume in general. So it's probably not like the best thing to like mitigate knee inflammation, but um, if there isn't any pain, it's just that sort of like learned inflammatory response that the body has to really adapt to. But you can get it aspirated if it's something that isn't going away. But if it goes away during a rest day, I would say that you can um, continue training as normal, and um, like I said, maybe altering a little bit of the training, reducing some of the squatting on some of those days. But I know you need to squat and you want to squat, so um, I would say just stick with it. Make sure your technique looks good. There's not a lot of shifting into your toes, or like relying on too much ankle range of motion. Um, uh, and yeah, but I would also say that like potentially getting it aspirated is going to be a good approach, um, as well. Like that would really help. Um, over under. Oh, it's the under for sure. No way that we have more people. We had 320,000 last year. It's for sure under. Yeah, there's not a question in my mind. I think we're going to be close to like 250,000 or something like that, which is very sad. Um, so yeah, it really just depends on the gyms, right? And I know that's a terrible thing to say, but um, I mean, it depends on CrossFit to market it well, give it incentivize gyms. You know, I mean, there isn't any information. Like, I mean, it should be every day, right? Like a countdown. Just, January 16th or whatever the opening day is should be, you know, um, um, yeah, yeah. The open makes me sad, because I think it's such a great thing, and I think that we all should do it. But I do understand everyone's feelings, but I really feel like everyone that's saying they're going to boycott it and all these things is, they are, I think they're just short-sighted. We talked about this ad nauseum at this point, but um, it is I think these athletes will be like, oh, unless these other fitness things pop up and the money is real, then it will be a lot less in just in the competitive space. So um it'll be under for sure. Avera, the over under of 300,000, it'll be under, and I would bet a lot of money on it, but I won't actually bet on it because I want the opposite to happen. So um yeah, and it stinks too. But we'll see. Hopefully CrossFit can start doing some good marketing to the gyms and helping the gyms market as well, giving incentives for signups and things like that, right? But as always, you all know, I think everyone should sign up for the open. I can't compete anymore. I don't care about comparing myself to others. And I'm still going to sign up until it doesn't exist every year. I haven't missed a year since 2015. I did 2014. I didn't sign up 15. I had broken my wrist. In hindsight, I probably should have signed up anyways and just not done it. But other than that, I've signed up every year, every open, whether I've been sick or not, healthy, and competition is completely gone from my life and my world. So, but I'm still going to sign up for it. All right. So NJSB construction tore my pec at the end of September. Had no idea how bad it would be. Dude, pec tear is rough. It's more rough because of how limited you are. Right. It's a great surgery and really great outcomes. Um, I'll come back to this. Is that the rumor? Is there a rumor that they're going to increase the sign up fee? That would be bad. That would be a terrible thing. There's no way that's real. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what will seal the udder. I've never heard that term before. Seal the udder. I mean, I understand what the udder means. I don't under. Oh. I was like, what the fuck? I'm so confused. Oh, for sure. Is that the rumor? Is there a rumor they're going to increase the increased open registration CrossFit Reddit? No. Is that a rumor that they're going to increase open registration fee? That would for sure kill everyone. That would be under 200,000. If it went up immediately, another 50,000 would go off the board. That would be the worst decision they could ever make. For sure. I don't even want to digest that that's a possibility. That would be the absolute worst thing that they could ever do. Worst thing. I don't even want to address that that's a possibility. We're going to move on because that would make me want to throw up personally. Anyways, all right. NJSB, do you have a name? Torspec, his or her. I'm assuming him. Women usually don't tear pecs. Very uncommon. I had no idea how bad it would be. It's a super rough injury, but a very good outcome, right? Like the anchoring of it, the re-tear is really low. The re-tear, the re-injury rate's really low. And recovery just takes a long time. It's just, you lose all the motion of the shoulder, external rotation, internal rotation, elevation, abduction, etc. Howie, cool. Thanks, man. It's a tough one. But I've worked a lot of people back from a pec tear, back to full training, full competition, et cetera, et cetera. So if you need some help, CJ at WODprep.com. We offer, didn't get surgery. Super tough. Now your likelihood of re-injury is a little higher. But it's still fine. To come back to if you're looking to get a little more help, email me. We have remote coaches for rehab that can get you back to full training for monthly programming type remote coaching relationship. So, yeah, it's a tough one. September, no surgery. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're hanging, full hang, full flexion. Okay, making sure that you are working through external rotation, right? Internal, external rotation, getting a lot of internal rotation back, right? Progressing back into like supported dips, etc. Getting that extension. That's where you're going to feel it the most. Did you do it on like a bar muscle up or a bench press or a dip? I guess probably the other one, obviously. Uh, mhm. Bench press, yeah. Um, Speaking of that, I have someone I have to reach back out to. Thanks for letting me know or reminding me. Um, yeah, it's a tough one, but I think you'll be fine. Got to get all of those range of motions back for sure. Um, Jonathan signing up for the proven throwdown. I heard it looks pretty good. We used to do one at WODprep. Maybe we'll do it again next year, but we always did like the WODprep Open in October or the October Open. We probably shouldn't have stopped, but it was a lot of work and it never really got us a lot. But I probably would have done a lot better now. Maybe we'll do it again next year. Um, and usually it was like 3 weeks, one workout. Um, but yeah, cool. That'll be fun. Um, I hope they do it well. Looks like they're gonna spider it into their affiliate programming. I think it costs money to sign up, doesn't it? Ours was free when we did it. The proven, what is it called? Proven throwdown, community throwdown. Yeah, they got a lot more money than us, so they can. Exclusive partners: Yeti, Valor, Signs RX. I don't even know what that is. Well, the affiliate is free, but if you want to sign up, the gym can do it. You get the programming, right, to put it in your stuff. Um, but I don't even know how to sign up. On their page, you can't you can't even sign up on their page. Come on, guys. What are we doing here? Community throwdown. Oh, can you not sign up yet? So this is the page. Partners, all the partner things. 2 free months. Damn, 2 free months of programming? Holy shit. Oh, affiliate programming. There's no there's no sign up. I mean, I know it's somewhere, but I can't sign up on the page. That's kinda funny. Kind of a miss. It's always interesting to see other people's marketing tactics, you know? Like, I feel most of these companies wouldn't be successful without the name addressed to them or associated with them, you know? Like, everything in the CrossFit space is successful solely based on the athlete's success in their sport. That's it. It's not based on marketing or like lead gen or anything like that. It's just based on the fact that they're famous and they have a name. Quality of product. And this isn't proven or mayhem or any or HW anyone. It's just they're all literally successful on hmm, cool, thanks. All right, I found it. Successful based on the face that they're associated with. That's it. which has always been such an interesting concept to me. Anyways, no, I'm just being whiny. All right. Any last questions? I think Bennett is up early today, which would make sense since I am hungry and I don't have time to eat now because he's awake. Um, let's see. Anything good? Nope. If anyone was to give recommendations for content, what would you guys want to hear? If you want to hear me talk about something, injury, training, open prep, throw some ideas down before we head off the call. It will give us some inspiration for some content through the holidays into the new year. That would be much appreciated. And thanks, Vicky. I'm all for it. I love it. I'm all for a new sponsor. That would be sick. Just as podcast sponsor too. Mm-hmm. What should I eat? There we go. What should I eat? What should I break my fast with? What do you guys think? I'm thinking, I think normal. Oh yeah, where are they? You just sent them through 6 boiled eggs? That sounds terrible. It takes so long to boil an egg. Vicky, what a professional customer service email. This is what I'm nervous about. So I've never fasted this long. And so I was reading about like a bloated belly. So I definitely don't want to um I don't want to eat a ton. So I'll probably just do yogurt um and some granola this morning. Um and then I'll do my normal stuff. I definitely won't do bacon and eggs this morning. I'll probably do eggs and chicken this afternoon. Oatmeal. I'm not an oatmeal fan. I try not to eat a crazy amount of carbohydrates. Um, so I used to do oatmeal. I say that and I eat granola, but I try not to do breads. But I used to eat a lot of oatmeal. But I try not to do a ton of carbs. I don't really expend a lot of energy. So I try to prioritize fat as a consumption over. So granola has a little more fat in it than just oatmeal, just oats. So no, no bone broth. I could go get some bone broth though. That's probably not a terrible idea. Bone broth, Everman's. Trying to think of where I would get some good one. One thing that I noticed recently is that I'm very gassy. Like I'm burping a lot. Um, uh, Perfect. Yeah, raw liver. That's obviously was the only right answer. Um, I've been burping a lot. Right. I think it's probably just because my stomach's so empty. And there's just like nothing to digest. So the juices are just sort of like not doing much. Maybe I will get some bone broth. I think there's like a health food store. Um, Perfect. Steak and eggs. Um, yeah. I was thinking of just going back to the ale house and like getting that zinger melt, right? Like fries and like a fatty burger, right? That'd be a solid refeed. Um, cool. All right. Good stuff. All right. Bennett is making some noise, so we'll cut it just a smidge short today. I do appreciate you guys so much for being here. We will, I think we're going to try and come on at some point this week to talk like the World Fitness Project, um, the season with John and Travis. But for now, I think that's it. We'll be doing some nutrition podcast probably maybe the end of the week or early next week, or maybe even the weekend. Help people kind of get through the holidays. I think we're going to do a tier list. My nutrition coach Savannah and show a tier list on like the good, the bad, and the overrated of nutrition things to get ready for the new year. And then we are doing a private coaching, or like a private live for people inside of our groups to help them plan for the 2025 season. Jody, you'll have access to that. You should have got an email. Yours will be on Thursday. So if you guys are looking to get some help in the 2025 season, you scan this QR code, you might even get access to it in time and join. But we try to give a lot of value in there. We're always answering questions. We're always live in the group. And I coach on here for an hour. I coach in there for hours every day, right? For anywhere from $10 a month for our accessory programs to $40 a month for our training programs. And so you guys should give it a try. Scan the QR code, 7-day free trial for any of our programs. You buy one, you buy them all. So give it a try, and we'll see you guys on Friday, if not sooner. Have a good week. Let's eat.